Hello YouTube fans, here again. As you can see, it's my day off today, so I figured I'd do me, myself and I. That's right, me, myself and I. Do you ever go to work? Yep, I went to work the other day in the Bid Dolls. 2 days I have off and in June I booked a week off. But that's not why I'm speaking. Today I'm speaking, if you can hear me, because it's blowing a gale. But if you can hear me, I'm speaking about the law. I've been meaning to enjoy this for some time. When you say this sometime, and what I mean by I've been meaning to say it sometime, I'm on about man-made laws. Man-made laws. So people are probably thinking, what am I on about? When we had lockdown, right, a long time ago in a charity far away, and I'm not talking about fucking Star Wars, Bonista Dolly invented these man-made laws. One of them was you go to your mate's house, you get a fine. Another one was, I'm trying to think, you hang around with people, you get a fine. If you go in a bus without wearing a fucking hockey mask, you get a fine. If, well, you could get to a fucking pub anyway, but if you try to sneak in any pubs, you get kicked out and you like to get a fucking fine. Now, the thing was with that was, Boris Johnson, let's not forget, 2 years ago, this is a man who went shaking hand with people who had cut off it. And this is also how intelligent this man was. Because Bonista Dolly stood around and said that trusting people and shaking hands with people, you're not going to get cut off it. Remember him saying that. These are not my words, people. This is Bonista Dolly's words. And what happened? Him and my snotty Hancock 2 years ago in a charity far away went and got the fucking fires. So then he decided to show his authority off. And I think myself, the fires back then must have fucked his brain cells up. Granted, he ain't got brains to begin with. But seriously, hand on heart, my snotty Hancock, well, he was lacking them anyway for doing what he did, because he's a fucking dumbo. You know, I never forget some of the daft things he come out with. But never the fucking this, he made us all feel like shit. And he brought these man-made laws in. Now, for people who think there was a law, there was not a law. There was not lawful, there was not a law whatsoever. There was an act. I say it again, but I'm going around the fucking houses. There was an act. Meaning it wasn't a binding law. It's not like a law if I break into a house and steal someone else's belongings. That's breaking the law. As example, me shooting and committing murder or raping a poor innocent woman. That is a law. This, on the other hand, was an act which was decided to only last 1 month, and it is not lawful, meaning if I turned around and told the Bobby to fuck off and walked off, he could not in any way man-detain me, manangle me, put the handcuffs on me and tag me to a fucking local police station. Not allowed to. Danny doesn't swear at a cop and he could give me a towing off for it, but nevertheless, he cannot manangle me in any way. But the fucking pigs, for some reason, thought this is great. We can show our fucking authority off and we can act like the fucking big dicks what we already are. Now, in all fair said and done, I could be getting arrested here. I don't like the police. I fucking despise the police. Not all the police, because there are some police what do their job and they're brining and so on. But if you heard that saying, oh, bobbies stick to death off, you had some what didn't agree with it and they couldn't do anything. Again, because it's a fucking act. It's not a lawful thing to go out and fucking arrest people. But they did. They did, and they picked on innocent fucking people, showing off the new man-made law. What the fuck? It was a fucking act. An act. And Boris Johnson needs to go back to law school and learn the fucking difference between a fucking act and a law. Now, yeah, in the past I may have done misdemeanors myself, but I'm not altogether broken the law. Hopefully I will never break the law because I actually like the job I'm in. And good news, my probation hopefully should last another 6 months, I hope, if I'm a good boy. But I'm only speaking my mind, local bobbies, before you come and arrest me. I don't like the police. Number one, there's barely a bobby on the beat, and when all the shit come on, they were there showing their authorities off. Number 2, there was picking on the wrong people. Number 3, there was fucking going around shutting down people's livelihoods up, people's shops up and showing off their new fucking law. Hang on, I've got a cough, don't arrest me. Remember me saying I've got something in my throat. So, the end of the fucking day, these fuckers were showing off their new fucking powers to be. And it wasn't, it was an act. Boris bought this out because he knew that we was in an independent country. And he thought, I'd bring a new act out. But now what it is with Bonista Dolly is, the power has gone to his head. It's gone to his head. And what do I mean by the power's gone to his fucking brain? Well, what he did was, Bonista Dolly's, he brought back the act, and one of his acts was, oh, now I'm going to put a law on transgender. Meaning he can ban people who have had the operation, right? I'm not talking about me, I'm a full-on man. I'm on about men who've had the sex change, you know. Now, it's not for me to judge people who want to change their sexuality. He wants to ban people who have changed their sexuality to go to the toilet where a woman is. But the thing is, they've now altered their name to a woman's name. They're now, by law, I like to think, they're now a woman in the eyes of the law. But Boris ain't happy with that. And he's showing his powers off. And I'm thinking to myself, what has happened here is, a lot of the government have took advantage of these acts. They're not lawful, they're acts that only last 1 month, and it's got to be renewed, and they've got to have reasons why to renew it. And you've got fucking what happened to that poor woman, the one that got brutally murdered by a policeman, I may add. They bought that stupid bitch in the Teen Party. You see how to way, us big nasty men would not be able to go out at a certain time. We'd have to be home at 5 or 6 o'clock, like dud little boys. I'm laughing. You know why I'm laughing? How many men are working? I'm a working man. Do you want to know the times I finish work? So I became fucking arrested back to the effing night if that law got changed through the House of Parliament. If I lived there, I'd have been arrested. Because I would have finished, I would have to shut my shop. I'd have to shut at an early time to get home, so I don't get arrested for being a naughty boy. And it's like I keep saying, not all men are evil. There are some who are evil, and there's some what are not evil. She brought a law out, which if she would have got her own way, these stupid bits from the House of Parliament and the Teen Party, you know what I'm on about, if you're watching you stupid bits. Not all men are evil, not all men are murderers, but she would have put a law out that all us big nasty men would have to go home at 5 or 6. We've got a turfu. We've been naughty little boys, you know, done fucking tat shit. And we'd have a turfu. And they're doing it in China. Think about it. They've now got these daft told tamblers what are phoning you about at midnight, threatening you, not asking you, not advising you, threatening you. That if you don't get home, you get a fine. Even if you're on your fucking sod, you get a fine. You get a fucking fine. And I'm thinking, this is what we've come to now with man-made laws, which are called fucking acts. The difference with a law is the law is a book what come out in such and such a day. An act is something that only lasts a month. That is the difference between an act and a law. It is not lawful. I don't even have to go to law school to figure that one out, people. You don't have to go to law school. And they've tried to do that, and now they're bringing all these other stupid things out. But the police, and you've heard me say what they're doing in China, the police are the bad people, and the innocent people are people like you and me. And I'm disgusted. I'm fucking disgusted in the way they're acting. I am. I can't lie. I cannot fucking lie. It is disgusting. But let me know if you agree with this or not. But it was an act. We had no right. The police back in that day of 2010 to 21 have the rights to turn around to you and say you're under arrest because you're just doing your business, whether you've got a fires, whether there's no fires and whatever. Because if the government could do shit like this, they'll get away with it all the time. And if you think of making it up, go back and edit up the video nasties when they went around burning and shutting down people's livelihoods for selling cheap shitty horror films. But into them, be smart, be safe, and I'll see you later.